Was the 1969 Apollo 11 moon landing one of humanity's greatest achievements, or was it the greatest hoax of all time? Decades after Neil Armstrong's famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," controversy still surrounds the historic event. Could it be that the United States faked the moon landing to win the space race? Or are the conspiracy theories nothing more than myths? Today, we dive deep into the truth about the moon landing. Did we really go to the moon? The 1960s were a time of intense geopolitical rivalry. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in the Cold War, battling for dominance in technology, military power, and space exploration. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, shocking the world and proving that the USSR was ahead in space technology. Then, in 1961, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space, leaving the United States scrambling to catch up. In response, President John F. Kennedy made a bold declaration in 1961. "We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard." NASA was given an almost impossible mission: put a man on the moon before the decade was over. The Apollo program was launched, employing thousands of engineers, scientists, and astronauts to achieve the ambitious goal. Between 1961 and 1969, NASA faced numerous challenges: technical failures, failed tests, and even a tragic accident during Apollo 1, where 3 astronauts perished in a cabin fire. Yet, the dream of reaching the moon persisted. Finally, on July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 launched from Kennedy Space Center. 4 days later, on July 20, 1969, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins reached the moon. Armstrong and Aldrin stepped onto the lunar surface while Collins remained in orbit. But did it really happen? Since the moon landing, skeptics have pointed out a series of anomalies that they claim prove it was staged. Here are some of the most famous conspiracy theories. In the moon landing footage, the American flag appears to be waving, even though there is no air or wind on the moon. Could this be evidence that the entire scene was filmed in a studio on Earth? Skeptics argue that the shadows in the lunar photos are inconsistent, suggesting multiple light sources, like a film studio setup, rather than the single light source of the sun. Many moon landing photos show a pitch-black sky with no visible stars. Conspiracy theorists claim this proves the images were faked, as a real moon sky should be filled with stars. To reach the moon, astronauts had to pass through the Van Allen radiation belts, which skeptics claim would have been lethal without heavy shielding. Could they have survived such extreme exposure? Perhaps the most suspicious piece of evidence is that NASA lost or erased the original Apollo 11 moon landing tapes. Why would such an important historical record go missing? Skeptics argue that the lunar module should have left a more significant blast crater, or had more dust accumulated on its landing gear. Some claim the images taken during the mission are too perfectly framed and well lit to have been shot by astronauts in bulky spacesuits, suggesting they were taken in a controlled environment on Earth. While conspiracy theories are intriguing, scientific evidence overwhelmingly supports the reality of the moon landing. Here's why. Apollo missions brought back 842 pounds of moon rock samples, which have been studied by scientists worldwide. These rocks contain isotopic compositions and microcraters from cosmic rays, proving they are not from Earth. Apollo 11, 14, and 15 left behind retroreflectors, special panels that reflect lasers sent from Earth. Scientists have been bouncing lasers off them for decades to measure the moon's distance with precision. In recent years, high-resolution images from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter have captured the Apollo landing sites, showing astronaut footprints, equipment, and even the remains of lunar landers. Every Apollo astronaut has consistently maintained that the missions were real, often expressing frustration with conspiracy theories that undermine their achievements. If the evidence is so strong, why do so many people still believe the moon landing was staged? Psychologists suggest that conspiracy theories thrive on skepticism of authority and distrust in government institutions. The Vietnam War and Watergate scandal made people doubt official narratives. And Hollywood movies like Capricorn 1 fueled public imagination about faked space missions. Additionally, misinformation spreads rapidly online. Videos, articles, and forums continue to push moon hoax theories, often using deceptive editing and misleading interpretations of NASA footage. Social media algorithms amplify these claims, making them more visible to those already predisposed to doubt the official story. So did we really go to the moon? The overwhelming consensus among scientists, historians, and space agencies is, yes, we did. The moon landings were one of the greatest achievements in human history, proving our capability to explore beyond our planet. Still, skepticism and conspiracy theories are unlikely to disappear. For some, questioning authority is a natural reaction, while for others, it may simply be more exciting to believe in a grand cover-up than in the reality of an incredible scientific achievement. But what do you think? Do the conspiracy theories hold any weight, or are they just myths? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's biggest mysteries, don't forget to like and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep reaching for the stars. Did you know that only 10% of our viewers have hit the subscribe button? If you're among the 90% who haven't yet, I challenge you to do it right now. Why? Because it helps us bring even more fascinating mysteries straight to you. Let's change this statistic together.